common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing. Had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
And we got some catching up to do. First of all, let's hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you like free cryptocurrencies, then also leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD wallet address or your Telegram handle if you are in the RPD tip bot. We are going to talk about Ripple and their news with MoneyGram. We are going to talk about U.S. regulations and how even the most centralized but foreign exchanges such as Binance are trying to behave and be on the best of the best. They will be kind of blocking U.S. investors here in the future. Now, we'll get deeper into it and why you should or shouldn't panic, what you should or should do with your cryptos, etc. But we'll just start it off by saying, guys, remember, it is not even happening until mid to late September. You got 3 months from now. A lot of things can change. And then, of course, we're going to have the Todd Father taking a look at the charts that you want to see, of course, all the large caps. But if you want to toss out some other small caps, here about halfway through the show, he'll take a look at those as well. What do you got to add, Todd?
Are we shilling XRP?
So, yeah, before we get started, this XRP sign and the one on the Learn Crypto rocket ship is for Hung Kun Chor. Shout out to you for the $15 super chat. He said he wanted a little XRP advertisement. He actually sent that about 3-4 days ago, and It's pretty good timing with the MoneyGram news and seeing a little nice price action out of XRP today and over the past few days. So shout out to you once again, Hung, for the $15 super chat. Really appreciate it. And here is your XRP sign. Your wish is our command.
And it was a good time for it.
That is right. All right, let's dive right into this and see what is going on. Oh, one last thing before we get started. Tomorrow, Tuesday, June 18th, will be a Patreon-only live show around 6 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Because of that, we probably will not be doing a public show. During that show, we will be giving away this Ledger Nano OS, brand new, 1 Zen, 1 Ethereum Classic, and 50,000 RPD. If you want to be a part of the Patreon-only show, the Patreon-only giveaway, and the 24/7 Discord, then go ahead and check out patreon.com/learncrypto. That show will be occurring tomorrow at 6 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time, Patreon only, and will not be released to the public at any time.
And tomorrow or Wednesday is my birthday.
And Thursday is my birthday. So we got 2 big birthdays coming up right as crypto is doing pretty well. Let's see if we can get re-entered 100% in some of our positions here, as we think that Bitcoin might need to take a rest up here, and Ethereum and Litecoin are still acting a little heavy. So with that being said, our market cap is approaching $300 billion. Bitcoin dominance is soaring, up 57.2%. We will talk a little bit about why I believe this Bitcoin dominance is going up. And of course, it has to do with the U.S. regulations and the Binance news. We were seeing a lot of people taking out and dumping all their alts in fear that they weren't going to be regulated by the U.S. and FOMOing into the Bitcoin rally. Whether that is good or bad will be whether or not they can pull the trigger on the sell and re-enter the alts at these lows. For 90% of people, that is not going to happen. So we'll see if that continues. XRP up 4% with the news with MoneyGram, which we will discuss this article from, Wall Street Journal up here. Bitcoin up 3% to $9,353. And Litecoin, down 1.6%. Had a really good run recently. It is still sitting at 134.78. We were stopped out or sold for profits around 135 to 138, I believe, or 136. So you could re-enter here if you sold with us and take a little bit of profits. But we believe that Bitcoin might rest. If Bitcoin does rest, I think Litecoin will follow lower as well. I know the halving event is going to occur, but again, it has already had a really nice rally. And we kind of saw that this was going to happen because even in our Discord at $138, people really still thought it was going to moon and were going long on that, even against our advice. And so far it has come down another $4. Grand up 29%. Chainlink up 16%. We've been trading that. I think we've had 4 or 5 trades on that over in Discord and here on YouTube. Redcoin up 14% and Bitcoin Diamond up 10%. Now, I usually only go to the top 4 here, but we got to do top 5. Zcash rising from the grave, up over $100, up 10% today. There you go. Those are the biggest winners. If you hold any of those, congratulations. No glaring ones on here that I would say, you need to sell right here, right now. But shout out for holding on to those. All right, Todd, get to the charts. This is what people want to see. After Todd does some charts, we'll take a look at some news. We'll do a giveaway, and then we'll see what the chat box is up to.
1189 gives away, and I think we'll probably see another new low.
I think you got an echo, too.
Why is that? Why do I have an echo?
Your YouTube volume?
No, it's not running.
There you go.
Still there?
Yep.
Still good?
No, you're good.
All right, 4-hour Bitcoin chart. As everybody knows, we're up here at 9,300. Just spiked a new high about 15 minutes ago. I still think we're probably doing this type of triangle. The reason I think that really is we've been calling triangles really on Ethereum. That one still looks like a triangle to me that we've been calling. We've got what? BCH, USD, same type of thing. Looks like a pretty good triangle. Ripple was triangle as well. Did spike higher on the news here just a little bit ago, but is backing up a little bit. So I still think probably that triangle's in force. E might be a little higher now because of the news. So I think because of all that, we're still on this triangle. It's just upward slanting for Bitcoin. I don't have a sell with the software. As you can see here, I did give a sell at 82.90. I didn't like the way Ethereum and Litecoin was acting back when we was at 8,300. But for anybody trading, that was just really an Elliott wave buy at 78.50 or so, and an Elliott wave sell. The software gave a buy at 76.70. That's why I got these marked different. Software is not really showing any glaring sell. We did get close to overbought at the first round at 9,300 on Bitcoin USD. Bitcoin USDT is not overbought, so no sell there yet. If we go to Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see we've kind of had 5 waves up off the low, then off the high, because we brought this up before, maybe, I don't know, a week or 10 days ago. Even with this recent rally, I think probably we're doing an ABC down, so I think the dominance on Bitcoin will roll over here. So, I think buying Bitcoin up here is dangerous. We've given tons of buys on the way up, but it seems like everybody now wants to be long. They did the same thing on Litecoin at 135 to 140. That one has slowed up. We do have the technometer on Litecoin around 41, so I would probably buy a break in Litecoin. I don't know exactly how to read it. I think we had 5 waves down off the top. Here, coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing we're doing a little bit of a triangle here. I think Litecoin probably is still headed down a little bit with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I could still see this ABC down, ABC up. And now we're ready for 5 waves down to 8,400 or so. That's still my best guess right now as we're coming down. And what else do I want to show here? I mean, there's the software on Bitcoin USD. You can see down here at the lower right, technometer at 49. We did trade 52.59 on the close at 7 o'clock. We did trade above 53 on the way up. So I think we just need to slow up a little bit here. And again, I think there's a lot of people FOMOing in on Bitcoin here. I don't think that'll work short term. But again, we're longer term bulls. PCG accounts in most cases are long, 10% cash. We had to sell at 82.50, buy back at 76.70, I guess it was. So we took some money out there. So still happy with what's going on, but I do think, there's just for an Elliott wave count, there's just there's not a lot of alternatives. I mean, I did mention that the triangle I'd been looking for maybe had ended down here. I said the probability of that was limited, that it was a C here, then a quick D and a quick E. That would mean a quick move to 10,000. I mean, that has been closer to what we've done, but I don't really think that's still the alternative, only because Ethereum, Litecoin, and all these still look like triangles. So I think with the Binance news and maybe the Facebook news, you just had too many people FOMOing into Bitcoin. But I think you'll have still a pullback here. So as Nick mentioned, we got stopped out of some Litecoin at 134, I think, 136. Ethereum 261, so we're 272 here. So a little bit higher, but you can't be perfectly right. We've given buys on the way up, basically perfectly right. So the 134 again was just a stop on short-term positions. We got a lot of people in Discord we're trying to give some value to, but up here you've got more short-term trades, a little higher risk trades. Easy money was made. I don't think a lot of people rode the rally up, so they're trying to get in too late. But again, the risk up here is way, way high. So I think you got to be careful. But I guess overall, I just think we're going to still back up some here. And hopefully maybe the buy is, this trend line will come in at, probably 8,200. I guess I think is what we could get here. So obviously we need to watch tonight. Any strength from here. I'm still not going to really get friendly because I think indicators are close enough to overbought that I'm not going to FOMO in and chase this. So I'm going to let it play out till I get another good buy signal. So, or we're going to go high enough where I'm going to give a sell signal.
There you go.
That's all.
MJ says, all you say is Bitcoin is going down. Never happened and never will. What do you have to say to that, Todd? 'Cause that's
all I say is that I'd say MJ is a dumbass. Sorry.
We were the only ones saying it was going up off of 3,200, while Tone Vase was saying 1,500, 4,000.
Here, MJ, here's our buy signals from the low. So you don't see any sell on there except short-term sells and Elliott wave sells. Software hasn't given a sell since 31.88. So, yeah. So that's why you don't have a wrench.
All right, let's go into some news, do the giveaway, and then we'll pop back to the chat box and see what charts you want Todd to take a look at as far as smaller coins. Now, going to, yes, Binance will stop allowing U.S. customers to trade on their main centralized exchange, but it's not until September, so hold the horses. They are going to lose about 15 to 25% of the traffic. That's why you're seeing some of the altcoins bleed. A lot of people were scared, and they sold a lot of their altcoins for losses, and they're piling into Bitcoin. That then induced with the Facebook news gets more people FOMOing into Bitcoin as well. A lot of individuals that I know that just wouldn't go long now are trying to go long as high as 9,300. I think the risk is very high there. Those aren't the type of risk and reward trades that we like to position ourselves in. And really going back to this, this is coming on the back of Bittrex Exchange and Plentyx increasing restrictions on U.S. citizens as well. U.S. is not banning crypto. U.S. is not making it illegal to own or trade crypto. All U.S. wants to do is to make it so that all these exchanges run in U.S. territories and under their regulations. Why? Because Uncle Sam wants his piece of the pie. If they make all these other exchange ban U.S. citizens and they have to use Coinbase or Binance US or Plentyx or Kraken, well, guess what? All those have KYC, all those track your trades, and all those will produce you a tax form at the end of the year for you to submit to your accountant and to the IRS. So you have to pay taxes on your gains or get a tax write-off for your losses. This is simply just the United States government wanting their piece of the pie and wanting to make sure anything that can be deemed security needs to also pay to then be approved by the proper governing bodies. So again, hold your horses. You got 3 months to figure out what's going on. Also, somebody did analyze all of the crypto assets that would be U.S. regulated, and I think all but one we are the ones that we trade, that we hold, or that we even discuss in Discord. So there's only one crypto that we even trade that isn't approved by one form or another, U.S. regulation or U.S. exchange. So I think we're sitting pretty, but I think this is what's fueling part of this rally in Bitcoin here. And again, that's why we think it's kind of got a little bit of ahead of itself here as far as market price for BTC. People can argue But to kind of support that hypothesis, when this happened, Binance did lose about 20%. A couple major red bars in USD trading pair, as well as the Bitcoin trading pair, which also leads you to believe that people were dumping their BNB in fear of how this would affect the exchange and pouring it into either stablecoins or Bitcoin as well. You can check the timestamps of the charts, and you will see that that hypothesis lines up with a high probability. Now on to the Ripple news today. Ripple to invest up to $50 million in MoneyGram. This deal is an extension of the initial agreement for MoneyGram to use Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency. Ripple Inc., a startup behind XRP cryptocurrency, agreed to invest up to that $50 million in MoneyGram International. MoneyGram has been getting hammered in the stock market the past couple years. I know that after our trading that it went up by 100%. So that would have been a nice one, Todd, if we bought it at 140. This news came out after market. It was trading as high as 280 when I left the office. That's pretty crazy. In a deal that stands to rank amongst the first crypto-based company investments in a major U.S. publicly listed firm. Now, there was a lot of rumor that Ripple was just going to buy MoneyGram because, you know, MoneyGram is in some issues and they are looking for a like somebody to buy the entire company. In our Discord, we kind of discussed that. I don't think that was going to happen, but there probably was some truth to the rumor, and they now made that a reality, and they will be working with them. $50 million is a pretty big investment for MoneyGram, but for Ripple itself, they have way more cash than that. That's not really that big of an investment. I think Ripple wants to utilize MoneyGram's clients and all their storefronts, as well as kind of the system they have already put in place for these international transactions for retailers, at least. I think Ripple is really focused on large institutional grade transfers with their banking system, so this will help them get more to that retail level. Again, I was like, well, this is pretty cool, but are they actually going to use XRP? Well, as part of the deal, if Ripple gives MoneyGram $50 million, then MoneyGram will be using XRP for its remittance and for international transactions. Now, I don't know if that's 100% or what the contract terms are. This is still in speculation, but this is what is made public so far. So that is pretty good for XRP. Now, we aren't FOMOing here. We had buys at 30 cents. We had buys at 32 cents, 40 cents, and 44 cents, all of which are in the green right now. But with the news, it's already kind of wearing down a little bit here, and we think that Bitcoin might need a rest or might roll over a little bit here. You might be able to find a better entry into XRP. Also, I want to see more of these contract terms. Somebody brought it to my attention as well. You know, if this was Western Union, that is a really big deal. MoneyGram is kind of the same thing, but it's kind of the little brother, and its stock has been taking a hit the past few years for a reason. Do they not have a massive user base? Are they not generating revenues? What's the issue there? So how many people are actually going to be using the XRP? Well, only time can tell. Nonetheless, this is actually very good news for Ripple, and it apparently very good news for XRP as well, if in the contract they are making them use XRP for these transactions.
We got a little bit of spam coming across.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to hide some users. The hate is out full time. Too funny.
We don't need these porn links. We got Pornhub.com. Stop it. I got to spend my Verge somewhere.
Too funny.
All right.
I guess Matt's back to work. Anthony clicked on the link.
Oh, no, don't do that. All right, what charts do you want Todd to take a look at? Todd, do you want to go over some of the other big players like Ethereum Classic, Neo, some of those? I know you haven't really touched on those yet. You just kind of talked about Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum.
I guess I want to talk about Enigma, whoever that is. Obviously, one of BZ's followers. Want to know what is that? Your previous clients, how did you didn't manage money very well on the last bull run? My reply to that would be, first of all, a lot of people made a lot of money on our channel on the way up. At 19,000 Bitcoin, I was giving a lot of new accounts. Sold a lot of people out some Bitcoin. They wanted to get right back in because the FOMO was so strong. I didn't have any software then. I was building the software, so it's way different now. Stop losses at Bittrex was a disaster. We're not getting filled, etc. I use 3 commas for most accounts now. Stop losses are hidden from the exchange and also go to market orders when triggered. So things have different. Software's kicked out unbelievable buys and sells on the way up here. Also, I would say any PCG client had access to their accounts. A lot of people wouldn't sell when I told them to. If they weren't happy, they didn't pay, so they have nothing to complain about to me. What else? And then also, if your time schedule in this ecosystem is 6 months or a year and a half, you probably should be here. We've always talked about the long-term, the upside on this longer term. And I'm going to go over that here in just a minute over some blog posts that Kerry did. But, we bought 1,800, 3,100. I was a buyer, 6,000. So we're at $9,000 now. Those are 50% gains at probably the worst places where I really was saying buy. So I didn't chase a lot of the lower caps. I didn't do all that. So really I'm right here, right back in the game. The people that panic and sold the lows, that's how we got a low at 31.20. All the idiots just sold there. So I didn't sell there. So I was trying to get people to add money and dollar cost average. So that's where I'm at on all that.
Perfect. Fred wants you to take a look at the XMR chart. Somebody else wants you to do ADA, Ethereum Classic. So a lot of the normal names here. And then, of course, Raven, RVN.
One thing I want to talk about was this is an article we put up that Google interest is, there's no interest on search for Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, etc. So they're saying maybe institutions are buying here, not the retail. I am going to agree with that. I'm going to agree that there's not a lot of selling left because everyone sold the low. Retail already got out. So there's not a lot for sale. Institutions are coming in. I mean, they might try to slow up here so this thing doesn't get away from them. So, just like a composite man will do on the stocks, they can come in, sell some stuff down here, change the thinking. Again, we're getting a lot of FOMO, I think, up here. So any whale or anybody that's got big positions could be selling things out here and give us some type of trading range still. So, I think institutions are here. We're going to new highs, I still think, by the end of the year. Somewhere here, we're probably going to get a slap. Another, is Bitcoin growing up? Regulated futures are booming. It's no different than the E-mini futures on the stock side. When big people, big institutions have money to invest, they go to the futures first because they can buy billions of dollars of futures and then take their lollygagging time to invest the money actually in the stocks. They're going to do the same thing here in the cryptos. They're going to go to the futures market first. They're going to buy what they can without raising the price up, and then they're going to put the money to work in Bitcoin, et cetera, when they want to. So I think the boom in the futures market is telling you institutions are here and they're trying to buy up. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to go to 15,000 tomorrow, but I think institutions are here. You got Fidelity backing a crypto firm that helps a lot of large trading firms. I mean, that's all this stuff is telling you the things that Nick and I have talked about, that this ecosystem's coming to itself. It's going to have custody. It's going to have lots of things. And I think it just drives prices way, way higher. So, and that's coming.
So let's take a look at XMR, ADA, Ethereum Classic, Raven, Chainlink.
Okay, XMR USD at 98, up 2.4%. I mean, if you're doing Wyckoff, which is what we do here, that would have been a jump and a pullback, jump across the creek, back up to the creek. We're in markup phase, and here we are, really recovery highs again. I think XMR is going to continue higher. That chart looks extremely good. Raven BTC is what I got here. I don't trade Raven much. As you can tell, that buy was way back in November. So I can't say much about that chart for real. Ethereum Classic. ETC USD. I showed here 3, 4, 5. That one's going to be, I mean, in worst case, probably 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be like everything else that probably we're this triangle, we're doing the D wave of the triangle. The wave 3 subdivided out like all these coins did. So same type of thing here on Ethereum Classic. And then we're gonna, and that wave 4 is gonna end somewhere down there. So that's my thought on Classic. It still looks good as well. And you said ADA USDT. We've shown this one numerous times. The preliminary support came at the same time as the last point of support, same price. That's a Wyckoff wave, a Wyckoff method thing that does happen once in a while. I keep saying when this thing breaks through 10, it's probably going to go to 14, 15. I still think that's happening, but maybe not for another week or so. And one thing I wanted to show, this is the red line down here is Bitcoin shorts. You can see since that 8,300 print, shorts have increased as prices increase, so that's still supportive. We're back here in the gold area on the net of those two lines, so it definitely supports higher prices. Doesn't mean we can't come down to 8,200 like I still think's happening, but you know, nothing is glaring there that we're making a top. So I think that information still shows we're ultimately still going probably higher. Is Bitcoin at a cup and handle? I don't really trade cup and handles, so I don't trade moving averages. I mean, really, I do the Wyckoff method, and I throw a little bit of Elliott wave on top of the Wyckoff method. So I don't use Elliott wave to really pick out patterns, etc. If I've got to buy on the Wyckoff method like I had down here, the really easiest way to support that would have been a C of a triangle. So that's what's happened. If I get a sell, I'll try to figure out how a sell up here would work into Elliott wave, basically. So, and so I recommend to people 70% should be really buy and hold, 30% trade. I think that's still something you could do. We've not really said to do any trading until really up in here, because we thought this triangle maybe would be decent to trade. Net, I'm probably flat in the triangle because I did save some money on the way down. And again, on trading money, got out too early on this last rally. But if you're a short-term trader, you know, I don't know why you're worrying about, you know, yeah, it'd have been nice to take another 800 or 500 or $1,000 out of Bitcoin. But if you're a short-term trader, there's a trade tomorrow, there's a trade next week. I mean, there's 100 trades coming. So I've missed a shitload of trades over the years, but there's always another one. So if you're short-term trading, I don't even really want to hear that you missed a trade. You got to wait for another risk-reward trade to set up and take another trade. So, and I wouldn't take shorts here because we're still in the bull market and the trend's your friend. So I don't really short against the trend because, again, you're going to get in trouble probably. That's why I haven't really recommended shorts on the way up. A few places we took some shorts, some people in the Discord that wanted to be short whatever, you know, risk a few hundred, something like that. And those were mistakes thus far. But you don't really want to fight a trend, and Bitcoin's definitely in a trend higher. A correction somewhere, but hopefully I'll try to keep you posted, and we'll have a Wyckoff sell that'll lead to some type of pullback that we can load the boat again.
See if there's any other questions in here. Christy Canine's telling everybody to smash that like button. You should probably do that. Hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Your name will even pop up on the screen. And leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD wallet address for your chance to win 10,000 RPD. No real questions, so with that being said, we'll go ahead and do the giveaway from the last live show me and Todd did together. Let's go ahead and do that real
Let's
quick.
remember, we still got a course to give away, but we've just had troubles with our, what is it, the
you have to sign up
random
for
chooser.
Pick a Paul.
And we're just too busy here, guys. So we're giving away that course. I'll give away more courses, whatever. We're just got too much going on. We don't tell people we're going to give away something and don't. So that's all happening. Don't worry.
All right, let's do this. So we'll go over here to the last live show we did together, and that was right here, crypto preparing for an advance, Bitcoin halvening. Talked about a lot going on there, Litecoin halvening, Bitcoin halvening, and Ethereum and Bitcoin looking like they wanted to rise. This was 1 week ago. Shout out to the 1.4K viewers. Let's go ahead and click on that. Copy the URL. All right. And the winner of 10,000 RPD is... Shout out Brandon Blank for subscribing. The winner is Raw Iron 1. Just use an open proxy server to change your entry point to their server. Well, Raw Iron 1, you don't have an RPD address or a Telegram handle, so I need to pick another winner. Sorry about that. Got to follow the rules, guys.
Jed, I think our problem is we're just getting successful, so we got too many haters.
Bye Pig says, where's my RPD? Send me some, man. But you don't have an address. Holy cow.
Bye, Pig.
Didn't realize this was so hard. I need an address or a Telegram handle, something. Otherwise, I can't send you the crypto. Here it is. Maverick Gold, the big winner, waiting for the big sign keys announcement for RPD. And there is his Rapids wallet address. Shout out to you. I will send you 10,000 RPD. And there you go. If you want a chance to win, guys, you know how to do it. Also, on top of that, we are doing a Patreon-only live show tomorrow at this time, 6 or 6:30 p.m. If you want to be part of that, part of the giveaway for this Ledger Nano S, 50,000 Rapids, 1 Horizon, 1 Ethereum Classic, then you need to go to patreon.com/learncrypto, and you also get 24/7 access to us over on Discord.
Shout out to, what do you say? Sorry. I do want to say any PCG clients, I've said this before, I managed a lot of the money like at Bittrex, etc. I had problems with stops because you had to put in limits and prices and all the crap. So 3 commas doesn't have that problem. So if you have APIs with me, do not delete them. I'll use it for a backup at Coinigy, but make me new trading APIs. Give me all rights except withdrawal transfer, and send me the keys. And if it's at Coinbase, send me the passphrase as well. I'll hook you up at 3 commas. That way we can have stops. Way easier for me to manage. So still no really group trading on PCG accounts, but I can roll through a lot of trades really quick. It automatically uses the same stop on the next order, etc. So it's allowing me to get closer where I want to be. The troll beatdown. Oh, we're getting it.
There you go, Mavril. I have just sent you 10,000 RPD.
Shout out to Sharika, Chris the Ish girlfriend.
Whoa, there you go.
Chris is a good guy.
What else we got going? Todd, you need to look at a couple more charts maybe? Anybody else want to take a look at the charts? We also can do a poll. We can do a poll right here. Is Bitcoin going to $10,000 or 8,500 or less? 10,000 or 8,500 or less. Let's see if you guys are bullish or bearish. $700 higher puts us at 10,000. $800 lower puts us at 8,500. What do you guys think is coming? Are you guys all moon boys? Or are you on board that Bitcoin needs a little bit of a rest?
Moon boys.
8,500 or 10,000 Bitcoin? What is coming first? I almost said 10,000 RPD. Holy shit. That's not mathematically possible.
Yes, it is. If you get in some of these discords,
You just got to believe.
somebody asked about Link. First of all, what we got here? Moon.
We got 10K, 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 9.8K. A couple 8,500s coming in. 250,000 coming in. Whoa, there we go. But I'm not seeing that for at least 2 more years. So calm your horse down. We're going to 250,000 with no corrections, Todd. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that.
Then we got T. Jung in here with the 2,500 super bearish.
T. Jung.
And we got the Dark 761 with the 1,500. Whoa. I don't know about that, guys. I think if you get an opportunity around 8,000, 8,200, you probably should invest probably at least half your money. And then, you know, if we get really slapped and get us down to around 6,800, that's probably the last time in your lifetime that you're going to see that price on Bitcoin.
Heather, thy name says moon. We got a link chart in front of us. Somebody just asked for that before we ran that poll. I will say Nick had to sell at the 195 level, caught that. Had to buy at 150, caught that.
And then another sell at 175.
He's running the game. Then we had to sell about 175. And then just had this last moon up here. So that looks like a high level 4th wave. So I would think backing and filling probably on Link. But again, it's a strong coin. So, you know, strong coins you want to be a buyer of. But I would love to see an ABC back down to $1.65, $1.70 again. And probably would buy it again.
Yeah, I'm kind of under the same impression that that thing needs to do a little backfilling, and then if we also get a Bitcoin pullback at the same time, I'm still looking for another entry somewhere around that 150 to 155 support level. So a little more bearish than Todd is. He's looking for a 160, 165. I'm looking for a 150 to 155 if Bitcoin does fall in line and things play out.
Here's Zcash breaking the new highs, so you got to like that. We said some of these coins would start to popcorn up out of here, so I think that's what's happening. That one should continue higher. And I think they said Atom. I got Atom down here at the bottom, I believe. Atom USD. Same type of thing coming out of a little pork blaster here. Wait for a triangle going to new highs for this move. So I would say that one still goes higher. We got 800 people in here, I guess somebody said.
Whoa.
Just quickly, I own Wyckoff, SMI.com. That Richard Wyckoff started in 1931. So we do the Wyckoff method here for technical analysis. I've done Elliott Wave since 1980 as well with Robert Prechter helping me, and used to talk to him years ago. So learn some Elliott Wave, I think, to help you a little bit. Learn the Wyckoff method. All the buys and sells that we've had here in these markets have came from the Wyckoff method. We've got our own software that monitors 5-minute charts for price and volume. So that's what's helped us here. That's what's making it different here. We give a lot of free information away here and on Twitter, both me and Nick, and a lot here on YouTube. We got a Discord at $40 a month. If you go to learncrypto.io, click the Patreon link. I manage money on the stock side, also the crypto side. So that's it. Won't toot my horn no more because the trolls are going to come.
What questions do you guys have for us? We went over the U.S. regulation and Binance news. We went over XRP with MoneyGram. We went over the giveaway. We went over some charts. If you guys have any questions, TA or FA related, now is the chance. And also, I'd say about 80% of the community right now is bullish that a 10K or higher Bitcoin will happen before an 8,500 or a lower Bitcoin.
Nick trades against Bitcoin. I don't want to chart something against something else. Now I got two variables moving. It's easier for me to chart against the dollar. That way I got it stable. But if I'm sitting here and tell you that my Litecoin's oversold looks the best, then obviously Litecoin over BTC I would like, even though I don't want to bring up the chart and really analyze that chart. So,
yeah, and I think I trade against USD as well for the large caps only, and then for some of these smaller altcoins I do trade against Bitcoin, really because the end game goal there is to trade for more sats or trade for more Bitcoin. That's why I do it, and we see some nice movement there. The reason I do that also is a lot of these smaller alts don't even have USD or USDT trading pairs, so you're kind of stuck looking at the BTC charts. Now, I know a lot of people out there that chart against BNB, chart against Litecoin, chart against ETH. That's too many factors for me. I usually stick to USD or stablecoin or Bitcoin for alts. I don't do LTC trading pairs, ETH trading pairs. That's too many things to keep track of, and I think that's hard and how people can mismanage their portfolios, especially if you have 10, 12, 13 coins in your portfolio.
Software, I'm still working on it. I hate to keep saying that. I mean, it works for me well enough. It's given us the signals. It's worked. We give it in Discord. So I guess I'm not quickly to sell that subscribers. Ultimately, I'm probably headed to a hedge fund. So with a hedge fund, I would probably not sell the service because I would use it for the hedge fund to garner big money. So not saying I won't do it for subscribers because that was the plan. But again, we're so busy that that's not probably the first thing on my plate right now. I'm trying to work through a few things and see where that leads. A lot of people asking about XRP on the E-Wave. I guess, if you sold the 44 looking for a 40.5, I think the news now has obviously screwed that up a little bit. All I could say is if Bitcoin will come down and do that 8,200, any coin that is doing better than Bitcoin, I'd be a buyer of. And I'd buy any coin wherever it's at when Bitcoin comes down for that test, if it happens. So if Bitcoin comes down to 8,400 and Ripple is setting it where it is right now at 45, I'd still buy it right there. So it's showing it's stronger. And anything down around 41 would make the chart obviously look a lot better because you could still just say, okay, this is the D wave. You could say that the D wave was where I just had it and now we're doing an AB and we're going to come down one more time. But I still think the way things are acting, if Bitcoin comes down I think everything's going to dwindle down with it. Litecoin looks like it's going to dwindle. Ethereum still looks like it could come down. So I think everything's moving a little bit together. So because people are going to get caught maybe long Bitcoin, they're going to sell, and they might go back to the alts. It might go to USD. I don't know, but I think we need to slow up a hair just right here. And we've had so much success. So that's why we're getting the trolls. That's why we're, people on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. Too many haters. And too many people got left behind. I mean, too many people sold the lows. So, and now they're FOMOing in. I think right here, I thought they would FOMO in hard at 10 grand. I know at 10 grand, they're definitely going to FOMO in, but they're FOMOing in, I think, here. Again, that might work. I mean, we're long off the last Wyckoff buy signal, so it's not like I'm not bullish. The last one was down here, 76.70. Again, a perfect buy for the Wyckoff. We had a buy up here that was kind of a break-even small gainer. So we're trying to pick buy points because we're in a bull market, and we're not getting any sells from the software. The technometer is based on price, volume, and time, based off 5-minute charts. So this is our software Bitcoin USD daily chart, but it's based on 5-minute data. So we're trying to monitor volume on every wave. So every up wave, every down wave. So there's 5-minute chart on Bitcoin USD. And then the bottom is going to be the associated volume with that coming from multiple exchanges. So that's why we're having success with our buys and sells, and we'll continue to have. So this is really just about a day and a half of Bitcoin trading. So you can see here everything kind of pretty well in lockstep. I mean, Bitcoin did go to new high over here compared to over here, and volume is not. So that's a minor divergence. It's not one of the better ones. It'd be better if volume was a new high, price wasn't, because I would say volume was coming in, somebody was selling into it. Instead here we're saying price is going up and volume isn't, and which will probably lead to another buy signal on a pullback. But if we go to the 1 month chart, all of the buys have came from volume going down, which means there's been retail selling while somebody's supporting the price. And by Wyckoff terms, that's the composite man, insiders, somebody smarter than us. So developers, whatever you want to call them now, whales. So that's where all the buys have come from. So the reverse of that will be the OP going up, which is volume, and price not. That will give us a sell signal that we need to really stop this thing. But, we're not really getting that. We freely rally after we have these sell-offs. So again, over here, volume is here at new lows compared to this low. Price is much higher. That was a bullish indication. That's why we had the 76.70 buy right here. Because volume goes to new low, price doesn't. Somebody's selling, but it's not going down. Somebody was buying that's smarter than us. So that's the things we look for with the software. Those are all Wyckoff. Then we throw Wyckoff terminology on top of that. So springs and uptrends, selling climaxes, up thrust, etc. So this is Bitcoin USDT. This chart's going to look a little bit different. Let's let this thing load, and then I'm going to work out.
Maverick Gold says, can you explain the syndicator bot and how it works? Essentially, the syndicator bot, it's a project that is based on this, where you have a bunch of analysts on their application giving their thoughts and ideas on where the price and trend is going for various crypto and traditional assets. They also have their own AI and software algorithm built in. It then aggregates data on that and shoots it out to those who are invested in their crypto. So if you own CND, you have to own a certain amount of CND, and for staking it, you receive all of the trade alerts based on the predictive analytics that they are doing within their system and within their ecosystem. This is a bot that I am going to be setting up. I was supposed to do it this weekend. I got to, but the wallet that I was using, SignKeys, does not allow me to send an Ethereum transaction to myself to verify that I am the owner of that. So I need to send it to my Ether wallet probably today or tomorrow and set that bot up. And I will be also linking that bot to our Patreon-only Discord. That way all Discord members can also see the trading signals for both traditional stocks and crypto assets from Syndicator, and this will be its own separate room. So it's not a, we're going to see how it plays out. We're going to see how good the signals really are. But I've heard good things about it, and I thought, hey, let's bring more value to Discord. So I went ahead and got more CND. We'll set that bot up, and then we'll produce it and link it to Discord for all you guys.
Here's Litecoin, Ethereum all backing off. Bring me back. I mean, this is Bitcoin USDT. Look at the last rally we had here. We're making new highs in price. Volume isn't. That makes that high suspect as hell. So I think we're going to come off of that. We're starting to do that right now. But that's the things you got to look for, especially if you're short-term trading. No volume on that rally. So what will happen is probably we'll break down. We'll do an ABC on the volume down. And then the price will hopefully come down to some point. I mean, if we're in a bull market, it won't come down maybe a lot. But it's going to come down. And again, I still think probably a 0.618 retracement of this, if you want to throw some Fibonacci on it. Back in the day, Wyckoff did more, 50% retracements, have a bid right around there. So that's still coming back down here, 83, 8400. So, but that rally looks suspect with no volume on it.
Shout out to Bill for hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate it. All right. Jet says, Nick, can I send you the mining machine? Hey, hit me up on Telegram again. I didn't forget about you. Like I said, I told you what the ASIC miner is really worth if you want to sell it for cash. And then if not, maybe I can figure out a way to hook it up onto my system with my rigs and we can mine for you and see what we can do. I don't think you're going to recoup a ton of money, and I don't think it will produce a lot, but let me know which option you want to go with, and we can see what we can do to try to help you out.
I just mentioned Fibonacci, Van Kooten, so I don't, I definitely know 0.618, 0.382 retracements because I do some Elliott waves, so I do look at it, definitely. And then, Nick, tell everybody what you did down at the lows.
Oh, I took a mortgage out on my house down at the lows. I said
right.
if Bitcoin
you told everybody you were going to do that.
Yeah, I said if Bitcoin ever goes below 4,000, this is when Bitcoin was I think about 5,800, that I would take out a HELOC loan against my house and go all in there. Essentially, once we broke down, we said the low was going to be 3,000 to 3,200. It ended up being 3,150. Yeah, and unfortunately, Coinbase takes forever, so I didn't get in until I think 3,579.
Because we had made the low, and we were discussing what to do, and we're just like, shit, you got to be in it down here.
So that did happen. That was made public long ago, and I've even showed the 3,579 buy.
And you and I back then, we were live like every day. I think when it hurt, it was no fun. Not as many followers in here. I mean, the normal ones were. And
that's when we were getting maybe 100 people watching us.
Right, we were here every day. So right now we're not here as much because I'm trying to go live during the day.
And we have the Patreon.
On Major Moves, we got Patreon that is paying for information. So we're still trying to be here, still planning on being here, probably even a little more than we have been, just because Nick's been busy. And again, I'm trying to do shows during the day. Busy with a lot of new private client group clients. Busy with Discord, busy trading, etc. So it's just nonstop. And it's so nonstop. My birthday, I won't be going home. I saw Carrie for dinner with my parents. And that's it. So I'm stuck up here. So we do this. We're going to keep doing this.
Let's see here.
You're right. Jeff was here. A lot of people was here.
Bart said, Nick, any thoughts about the last Bittrex tweet about the Delaware news? Apparently, I'm pulling it up now because I haven't read this, obviously, because we were live here. Bittrex community. Bittrex has been approved as a money transmitter in the state of Delaware. We're excited to welcome Delaware customers to join our U.S. markets. So there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 10 United States that even though Bittrex is a U.S. exchange and is U.S. regulated, there was about 10 states where those citizens could not trade on Bittrex. So now there is only about 9. Delaware has been approved. Now anybody in Delaware or with a Delaware IP address can now trade on Bittrex. We do know that Bittrex did delist or are planning to delist several cryptocurrencies based on them maybe being securities since they are U.S. regulated. So really, I don't think this is major news. I think it's good that maybe all 50 states will be able to trade on Bittrex here in the future. But I think that's still a little bullish because that means Delaware is a state, although it be very small, and who knows how many people actually even trade crypto in the small state of Delaware. They do now have access, and it does appear that their local state government is now friendly towards crypto assets and crypto taxation.
Bring me back real quick.
Show me the money.
Appreciate it, Jet.
Shout out to Jet, $10 super chat. Thank you. Let me know when I can send it. There we go. And Jet, for the $10 super chat, which coin would you like on our mic and on the Learn Crypto rocket ship? Let us know.
She will say Litecoin.
Litecoin or Ethereum Classic is what my guess too. So we'll see what you decide on. Thanks for the $10 super chat. You're the best.
This is Litecoin USD. You can see volume here hitting new lows. Price is trying to hold. That's why the technometer is getting oversold. Technometer is more volume based. So once again, it's showing selling has came in. That's why we're acting sloppy. And price is a little bit sloppy, but price could easily be down here at 125 right now. It's not. I still think it could come down there, but it's going to be interesting if Bitcoin does fall here, how Litecoin deals with that. I think it's going to pressure it still some, just the way it looks here recently, but it might ignite it. I don't know. But what's going to happen is you're going to have the volume come off on more selling. Technometer is definitely going to give a buy signal. We're at 41 and change, 38's bullish. And Litecoin, I'm going to say, is going to spring the 126 level, which a spring is we're going to come down below it, scare everybody, catch some stops, reverse right back up. So that's my guess. Worst case is it stops right. It just goes to new highs right here while Bitcoin comes down. So I just showed you Bitcoin's really overbought. Rally doesn't look right. Litecoin's more oversold. And decline looks right. So I can't chase Bitcoin here. We've rallied, you know, we've held Litecoin since 22. We've given a ton of buys on the way up, and not really any real sells. So I don't know when we're going to get a real good sell. Again, those are the buys we've had on Litecoin on the way up. I don't know really how to read it. This here read really good Elliott wave for maybe a 1-2. So, you know, this looks like another 1-2. So, I don't know. We could do a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 and ready to explode Litecoin to 250, 300. I don't want to say that. That's not my call. But
let's stick with the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 and then explode to 180. Let's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, I mean, I was mentioning 180. I've mentioned, 320 on Ethereum. BCH. We've got, 550. So those are what we're looking at. And Litecoin, nobody wanted to buy Litecoin. I don't think really on the way up. A lot of chatter up here. And that's why I think we've slowed up. But again, the software is going to look pretty good here, in the next day or two if we have any type of selling. So that's all I got.
There we go. It looks like we have a couple of Delaware citizens that are happy that Delaware is now allowing trading in Bittrex. So that is pretty cool. Shout out for all you guys being here. That's about all we got. We went over 3 news articles, went over a giveaway, went over that we're doing the Patreon-only live show tomorrow, giving away a Ledger Nano S plus crypto, and we went over plenty of charts. Let's see if Bitcoin does decide to rest up here. Let's see if Litecoin continues to go a little bit lower, and maybe this is the third 1-2, 1-2 before a massive rally leading into the halvening that is set to occur here in a few months. So that would make historical sense, as we really do see a massive blow off top. About 5 weeks before the halvening really occurs, then that is then followed by a 50% retracement or so from those price levels. So you don't want to be caught holding the bag if the history repeats itself on the halvening for Litecoin once again. You got anything else to add here, Todd?
My guns are sore. But be careful, because in a couple of months, they're going to be extremely large.
You're not going to fit in that shirt anymore?
Right, I'm killing them over there. I'm going to get custom-made shirts. The guns are just too big.
That's awesome. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to another live episode of Learn Crypto. If you learned a thing or two that I don't know why you're not hitting the like button, why you're not hitting the subscribe button, and why you're not entering to win some free crypto, we'll see you guys on the next live show that might occur. We don't know when, because the Patreon only is on Tuesday. It's Todd's birthday on Wednesday. It's my birthday on Thursday. So we'll try to get on here as soon as we can. Until then, follow us on Twitter. The Twitter handles are right there in the bottom left-hand corner. Or, of course, patreon.com/learncrypto.
And when Bitcoin goes to new highs, we're all meeting in Vegas.
There we go. I think World Crypto Con is in October, so maybe we hit a couple more good trades, Bitcoin moonshots, and we all go to the World Crypto Conference in Vegas at the end of October. That'd be a perfect
End
time.
of October?
That is correct.
Boy.
Could line up pretty well. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Make it rain.
And if you're catching this after the live show, the information is still good. Check out our other recorded videos on our YouTube homepage. Peace.
Peace out.
I've got balls of steel.
Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.